So like, remember how I said that before George Lucas, he didn't care what happened in that stuff, and he could take stuff if he wanted to, but if he changed anything, all the other authors would have to adapt to it. That was not the case this time. Disney said right off the bat, everything we do is going to be part of one canon, and they hired Leland Chi on, along with was it Pablo Hidalgo, who writes a lot of the source books, and made them in charge of the Lucasfilm story group. And their job is basically to make sure everything fits in one canon, for any new authors and stories going on. So it wasn't like with George, like Disney is saying everything we do is canon, whether it's a book or comic, and we're going to try to make it all fit. So that's an advantage right there, which is nice. And it allows for some really cool stuff. So in the Star Wars Aftermath trilogy, I think they were the first books Disney released following their buyout of it. Every chapter starts with a little like one-page short story. One of those followed this guy named Cobb Vanth, who found Boba Fett's armor in the Dune Sea, and he uses it to become a sheriff of a small like town in Tatooine. In The Mandalorian, when Din goes to Tatooine, Cobb Vanth is part of the episodes. He's there in the full Boba Fett armor. Like, we see him in live action. That's something you would never expect. It's a small detail that they brought into the show that you would never expect to see. In the Book of Boba Fett, they brought in Black Chrysanthemum, who is like an evil Wookiee. He's from the Star Wars Dr. Aphra comics, and they brought him into live action in this show, and he looks exactly like he does in the comic. It's just little cool things like that you would never have happened under George Lucas, or not to that extent. Or he would have like changed it. He would have completely made the character different. He would do stuff like that too.